Okay. Hello, Miss Maria and friends. Today, our team will present about Adelphia fraud case study. Next slide. So, for the topics that we will discuss are company backgrounds and management motivation, financial statement fraud scheme, CPA firm and auditor involved and auditor negligence or fraud, then the aftermath, then the last is the conclusion. Next slide. So, Adelphia Communications Corporation was an American cable television company with headquarters in Kudsport, Pennsylvania. It was founded in 1952 by brothers Gus and John Rigas after purchasing a cable television franchise for $300. Combining various cable properties, the company became one of the most successful in the United States and reached over 2 million subscribers in 1998. Apart from cable television, later Adelphia started providing high-speed internet, phone service, and voice messaging for businesses. Despite its success in 2002, the company filed for bankruptcy amid an internal corruption scandal. An investigation was launched and later revealed that some members of the Rigas family used $2.3 billion to illegitimately purchase personal luxuries. A trial for the case was launched and saw John Rigas being sentenced to 15 years in prison, while his son Timothy Rigas received a sentence of 20 years. John Rigas was released in 2016 as a result of health issues. Next slide. For the management motivation, there are three causes that make this fraud can happen, which are the fraud triangle, opportunity, pressure or incentives, and rationalization. For the opportunity, the Rigas family has 77% voting rights in the company. The Rigas family was nearly entirely represented on the board of directors, and the employee is incapable of making independent decisions. The employee also obeys the board without question, and then the second cause is the pressure. For the pressure, the Rigas family has a luxurious way of life that makes them use a lot of the company's money. And the Rigas family also wants entitlement and power, which makes them use a lot of the company's money. And for the last reason, or the rationalization, the Rigas family were the sole owners of the company they had built, so they can use the company bank account for the personal use. Next slide.
Okay, so now we move into section of financial statement fraud scheme. So the first is Rigas family is confirmed privately. They took $2.3 billion worth of personal loans from the company. And they do this while misrepresented and manipulated financial performance of the company to make the loans more natural. And the second is the Rigas family also deliberately inflated the stock price of Adelphia company by taking loans to buy stock to create artificial transaction. And Rigas family used the stock they bought from the company as collateral to pay margin calls or demand for cash payment on loan with worth of $252 million. While taking loans, the Rigas family also used the company asset for funding extravagant lifestyle of Rigas family, like several vacation homes and luxury apartment in Manhattan, several private jets, or construction of a world-class 18-hole golf course. And to hide the crimes, the Rigas family created private partnership between Adelphia and Rigas family-owned entities. And this transaction is example of Adelphia to Rigas own farm with transaction of landscaping and maintenance to Adelphia. Adelphia to internal design shop with transaction of furniture design or design service to Adelphia, and Adelphia to private car dealership with transaction of lease vehicle to Adelphia. Next. So how the fraud happens in the Adelphia case with all these suspicious transactions? In fraud case, usually there are two factors why the fraud can happen, and those are internal and external failures. So there is a lot of internal failure in the Adelphia case, and those are: the first is in Adelphia company, 5 of 9 board members belong to the Rigas family. And this means the Rigas family has a lot of power in the company, with majority of board members from the Rigas family. This power can be used to hide and manipulate the transaction for the benefit of Rigas family. Second is Rigas family had 100% ownership of Class B super voting shares, which means Rigas family had major voting right in the company, so the family can give majority direction of the company. Third is Rigas family can spend shareholder money like it was their own, because Rigas family had many senior roles within the company. Like I said, in the senior role, or board member can hide or manipulate for the benefit of Rigas family, but this also means there is lack of internal control in the company. And the last is Rigas family had too much control in the company, and this can be seen in the funding of 12 million golf course without being brought before the board for approval. And this can be seen as lack of internal control too in the company. Next. While the internal control is the main cause of the fraud, the external failure is the one that fails to prevent the fraud happening, and these are because, so the first is external auditor lack objectivity and professional skepticism, with not doing further research when the author found suspicious and questionable transaction in the company. The second is the external auditor lack integrity by not telling the audit committee about questionable accounting practice and self-dealing in the company. So the external auditor doesn't alert or inform this questionable and suspicious transaction. The third is the auditor failed to inform Rigas family taking loan from Adelphia to buy stock within the same company, which means the auditor is aware this transaction exists but decide not to inform or do anything about the transaction. And the last auditor also failed to inform Adelphia related party transactions that allowed Rigas family to pay for personal expense, which means like the last reason, the auditor is aware of this transaction and decide not to inform or do anything about this questionable transaction. Next.
So the CPA involved in the Adelphia case is Deloitte & Touche LLP. Deloitte & Touche LLP audited Adelphia and issued an unqualified opinion on Adelphia's financial statement for the fiscal year, the year 2000. The CPA that audited the Adelphia are Gregory M. Dirloff CPA and William E. Caswell CPA. Both are charged for improper professional conduct. Mr. Caswell settled to be barred for at least 2 years from auditing a public company, while Mr. Dirloff should resolve disciplinary issues with applicable state boards of accountancy and has no written sentences. Auditor negligence or fraud, Deloitte & Touche LLP agreed to pay $15 million to settle charges. Deloitte was found engaged in improper professional conduct and failed to detect fraud by the Rigas family. The audit failure was considered negligence.
Okay, after the disclosure of Rigas family misconducts, Adelphia Communication and Corporation and the Rigas family were under criminal and regulatory investigations. Thus, the public lost trust in the company, causing Adelphia's share price to fall dramatically from $20.39 on March 26 and close at $13.12 on April 1st. On the May 15th, John Rigas resigned from his position as CEO and chairman of Adelphia. Consecutive, the other Rigas family members left their roles in the Adelphias. Until July 24th, federal authorities finally arrested John, Timothy, and Michael Rigas. Subsequently, on June 3rd, due to the failure on filing the annual 10K report, Adelphia was officially delisted from NASDAQ and their last stock closed at 70 cents. On June 25th, Adelphia officially filed for bankruptcy, And in the end, Adelphia Communication Corporation was sold to Time Warner and Comcast, concluding the end of the Adelphia scandal. Next slide.
The conclusion of this Adelphia case clearly shows that ethical lapses in leader decision-making led to the collapse of large companies like Adelphia. Riga's family treated the Adelphia company as a free source of fund and used it for their own personal use. They managed to bring down a billion-dollar company just like that. The situation experienced by Adelphia present that factors such as pressure from the booming economy and the greed of the player in the company make all parties commit public fraud and lost ethics that should be applied due to conflict of interest and tone at the top in order to maintain reputation. In my perspective, I would like to say Deloitte as an independent auditor of Adelphia is the most responsible for not detecting misstatement and being a reporter. Deloitte does not maintain the competence of an auditor, although the mistakes made by Deloitte cannot be proven in court. Auditors should still uphold the interdependence between opinion and auditors. The suggestion one, maintain better internal control by checking the system, by documenting the burden of core document and revenue procedures, and also identifying the number of people involved in the event of loss. Two, maintain the good name of the company by maintaining integrity and building an ethical culture within the company. Three, improve spending habits so as not to be as greedy as the Rigas family. For separation of power within the company, the CFO should not be a part of audit committee. As well, decision made on behalf of the company should not be centralized or consist of a group of only a few individuals. 5, check the financial statement in detail because the report that is not consolidated does not mean it is not important. There could be material substantive information such as hiding the company debt in the Adelphia case.
That's for all our presentation. Thanks for your attention.